Hello, good morning, evening, and night, everybody. Today we're gonna show you about process how to make a hull of ship. Before that, I will introduce our group. First one is Rizaldi Iksanuddin Ramadan. Second, Muhammad Juro Alfen Saktio. The third, Andi Fauzi Ramadan. And last but not least, Muhammad Asmi Aisar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Muhammad Azmi Aisar from D4MA 5B, Group 4. I will explain the process of building a ship at the shipyard. The first is we must divide the hard working blocks to make it easier for workers during the shipbuilding process. It's divided by four blocks. There are first is block AP after perpendicular. Block AP is work on the back of the ship. Second is Block ER, engine room. Block ER is work on engine room of the ship. Third is Block CG, center hull. Block CG is work on the middle or in the center hull of the ship. Four is Block FV, forward perpendicular. Block FV is work on the front of the ship. Next is work on each block. Each block must have several steps in the process. There are first is preparation. The shipyard preparation need to be done before the shipbuilding project start. There are making a work time schedule, then design drawing, lines plan, safety arrangement, general arrangement, key plan, and other detailed working drawings. Then preparation of material. Equipment and machinery need both for construction preparation and for ship operation. Then, preparation of workers relate to the number of workers needed to complete the work project. Then, preparation of workshop, work area, and assembly, conquering the preparation of workshop and building berth where the ship construction will be erected to from block. Preparation of work support facilities such as crane owned by the shipyard to be used in the shipbuilding process. Second is fabrication. Fabrication is a process that is carried out in a workshop fabrication that produces components for hull construction. The third is subassembly. Subassembly is the process of combining components from the fabrication workshop into small blocks. The fourth is assembly. Assembly is the process of joining part assembly which has been subassembled into a block. The fifth is erection. Erection is the activity of joining the ship's ring block into one complete part of the ship, and the work of each of these steps is further divided into several steps of work. First is the preparation process. Preparation process is divided into several steps. There are the first step is strengthening. Strengthening is the step of strengthening the plate to facilitate the next process. The second is sandblasting. Sandblasting is a process of cleaning the surface by firing sand particle into a material surface, causing friction or collision. Then the surface becomes clean and raw. The third is primer coating. Primer coating is a layer of paint that has adhesion to the surface and provides good protection for the surface of the material from rusting. The fourth is material handling. Material handling, which is a job of moving objects or goods in heavy load and is carried out by humans with the help of moving tools. The second is the fabrication process. The fabrication process is divided into several steps. There are the first stage is marking. Marking is the process of matching plate and profile which are approved by the QA, quality assurance. The second stage is cutting. Cutting is the process of cutting material that have gone through the marking process. The third is bending. Bending is the process of forming a plate or iron by bending certain part of the plate to get the desired bending result. The fourth is grinding. Grinding is the process of reducing the particle size of the processed material from a large or coarse into a small size. The fifth is material handling. Material handling, which is a job of moving objects or goods in heavy load and is carried out by humans with the help of moving tools. The third is the sub-assembly process. The sub-assembly process is divided into several steps. There are the first is fitting with SMAW. Fitting with SMAW is the process of connecting material that have gone through several stages of the fabrication process by using head to melt the base material or main metal and electrodes. The second is welding with FCAW. Welding with FCAW is welding process that is carried out by supplying a filler electrode or welding wire mechanically continuously into an electric arc. The third is fairing. Fairing is to run a large number of different lines of curves to ensure fairness at the point of curvature of each part and perfect the overall. The fourth is grinding. Grinding is the process of reducing the particle size of the processed material from a large or coarse from a small size. The fifth is material handling. Material handling, which is a job of moving objects or goods in heavy load and is carried out by humans with the help of moving tools.
I am Rizaldi Isanuddin Ramadan, and then now I will tell work on the assembly stage, covering several jobs. First is fitting with SMAW is performed the adjustment process of the part to be joined by welding, and then welding with FCAW is same welding technique as SMAW, but more convenient if FCAW is used long or continuous, because the electrodes used are continuous or automatic. And then fairing and grinding, and the last is material handling or moving material. Work on the erection stage include some work that can be said to be similar to the assembly stage. They are fitting with SMAW, welding with FCAW, fairing, grinding, and the last is material handling. Create a processing timetable. This table is created on the work of each block and contains several things such as stage and section block weight, the total weight of the item, productivity, the number of workers, working hours, the number of GO, time of manufacture, total workmanship. So I will uh, Yes, there is on the processing timetable. The in there is a stage for production, block production, and then there is the section of block weight, the total weight of the item productivity, the number of workers, duration. Um, so when creating a processing timetable, it must contain that information, yes, like that. So next, the following is an example of the timetable for each block. We can see that in the picture that I display, it contains the work of each block. There is a page column and block section and item, team, and then total item wage, productivity, and the number of workers, working hours, number of GO, and time of manufacture. So you can see the picture like that. There is an example of a timetable for each block. Okay, next discussion of the processing timetable section. Step. This section includes five stages of making blockers and is further divided into several states of work. At the preparation stage, there are four processes such as strengthening, sandblasting, primer coating, and material handling.
Hello, my name is Andi Fauzi Ramadan, number 55 ME5B. Today I wanna explain about a total item weight. Obtained from the formulas weight block parts per 2. If in main tech work, then the weight of the main tech is divided to the weight of the total or item per item. Productivity. Uniting GO per ton by the meaning of the effectiveness that can be done in the sum ton plates that can be done. Number of worker. Many workers at each stage are used and sharing of detailed duties. Example. Example is like a table. In transom works there are 4 parts of fitting work. 3 welding FCAW, 3 firing, 3 grinding, 3 material handling and have a total of workers 16 devices. Transform subassembly then is added total of worker. Working hours. It's determining use as the development party how long will the worker have to work to do the that is done with the range of 6 until 7 hours per day. Total GO is the result of the total weight of the item with productivity. Time making obtained from the process of division between the number of GO and the number of worker times of working hours. Formulation total GO per number of worker kali working hours. To determine to determine the maximum time that can be worked with the range of how many people are used and how much of working time per day.
My name is Muhammad Yur Alfain Sektio, number 047. And I want to explain about this slide. It is a worker total. What is the worker total? Is the all the activities of the worker that have finished about one whole section. Like in this table, we can see that this is table for the after peak section 2. When the worker have finished the after peak section 2, there's so many activity in here like preparation, fabrication, sub assemble, assemble, erection. And what is a total working is when the preparation have plus for fabrication plus sub assemble plus assemble and plus erection, and it will make a total work here. Like this example, like in the after peak section 2, they have a 1.5 time from preparation, 1.7 from fabrication, 12.3 for the sub assemble, 2.3 for assemble, and the 2.2 from the erection, and the total is 20 for 1. That is a total working. Okay, the next slide. I want to explain about how to make a schedule in the Microsoft project. Just a review in here, I want to tell that the Microsoft project is a one of the application from Microsoft to make us as a user to easier to make a schedule, because in this application there is so many features to make us easy make a schedule. And in here there is a Gantt chart automatic in here. We have a task name, duration, the total workers, start that we do this work, to finish, the workers, the processors, resource name, and the others. Like usual, I want to explain the step to make this schedule. First, we fill the Gantt chart first, and we see we have a Gantt chart in here. First, we input the name of the block that we have do. What is the means? Like the block we have a 5, but we have a many section. Like in this we have block after peak 2, block after peak 1, block engine room 2, block engine room 1, block construction hall 1 until the other section. That's the first. And the second, we in from the block that the worker have been do, we divide again for the worker. Like in the block after peak 2, we have a preparation, fabrication, sub assemble, and assemble. How to make divide? We click this menu, this is the decrease, and after that we divide the block, divide the section, and divide the job they have to. We input this criteria like total worker, weight total, productivity, and the others. Like in here I just input the name, the duration, the total workers, the start that they do the work, finish, and the others. Like this duration is the from others Excel that from the last slide, in the slide 19, that like this. In the AP section 2 we have for the preparation we have 1.5, we have 1.7, 12.3, 2.4 we input in here. For this is the total workers, and after that the total workers is from the others. My friend have been explained how to input how to fill in this section, and after that how to calculate how the workers they have. And after that we input the start they have work. Like I want to build this ship in this day in the 23 November 20 and 20. We have in the preparation first, we input in here in the start. After we put in the start, don't forget to click the auto schedule in this item to make easier to make a schedule. After that, we fill a predecessors for the criteria that if we do like this for 5SS, 6, 5F and the others. After we finish make a Gantt chart, we make a resource sheet. What is resource sheet? Resource sheet is all of the resource that we need to make this construction, especially horse construction, like the machine, the car, the crane, the how many workers that we need, how many fabrication that we have, how many materials and the others. Okay, and the first I want to explain that in here we have a resource name, type, material and the others, and I mean here want to explain the step. The step is we calculate and we think what must we have to build this construction, like what must we have to have. We have a straightening machine, we have a blasting machine, we have a forklift, we must to have a SMAW, we have to have a GMAW, or we have make a contract to the supervisor and the others. We input in here. We input our resource name, type, material, initials, group, standard rate of rate and the others. After that, after we input all of them, we back again to the Gantt chart and back to resource name. Click in one here, like the preparation, we click in here and there's so many column in there, so many chosen in there, like that we have filled in the resource name. We make a checklist in there, like the preparation, what must we have to, like we must have a straightening machine, we have how many workers, we checklist all of the. After we checklist, we back again, we click enter, we push enter and then double click to this column, this preparation column, the resource name, double click and there we back to the resource, we click the resource. After that we fill all of this, like blasting and paint shop, we have how much we have, like we have must have 3 units, like a driver, how many we have a driver, like we must have one driver. Blasting machine, how many machine that we need, like we have must get 3 units, and paint and placing water and the others, how many we must have. And after all the tutorial, we have a Gantt chart and resource chart. I think the end is this, the chart of the Microsoft project, like this, the end of the chart of the Microsoft project. uh my name is, I think that's all. My name is Muhammad Yuro Elvan Sektio, and the others team like Andi, Aisar and Rizaldi